Hey viewers, you're watching The Savera and I'm Vidhi Joshi. US President Donald Trump announced on Saturday that his administration would impose an additional 10% tariffs on imports from Canada, intensifying already strained trade relations between Washington and Ottawa. The move came just days after Donald Trump abruptly ended trade talks with Canada, accusing the Canadian government of misusing former US President Ronald Reagan's words in what he described as a fraudulent and hostile anti-tariff advertisement. Posting on his Truth Social platform, Donald Trump wrote, "Because of their serious misrepresentation of the facts and hostile act, I'm increasing the tariff on Canada by 10% over and above what they are paying now." He claimed that Ottawa had been caught red-handed in releasing an advertisement that distorted Reagan's 1987 radio address on trade, accusing Canada of deliberately airing the spot during Game 1 of the World Series despite being told to remove it. The advertisement was to be taken down immediately, but they let it run last night during the World Series, knowing that it was a fraud. Donald Trump wrote as he traveled to Asia for a series of meetings with regional leaders. The controversy centers on a 1-minute ad funded by the Ontario government, which used edited excerpts from Reagan's 1987 speech warning that high tariffs could trigger trade wars and harm the economy. The clip, aired on international news agency, criticized Donald Trump's protectionist trade policies and featured Reagan's line that high tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. The quotation matches the official transcript on the Ronald Reagan's Presidential Library's website, but the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation accused the ad of taking the speech out of context. In a statement on X, the foundation said that the ad used selective audio and video and confirmed that it was reviewing its legal options. Donald Trump called the advertisement a fake and misleading attempt to manipulate American public opinion. The Ontario government initially defended the ad, saying it was meant to promote fair trade and open markets rather than attack the United States. Ontario Premier Doug Ford later announced that the commercial would be withdrawn after the weekend to calm tensions and allow negotiations to resume. The intention was never to attack but to encourage cooperation, Ford said. In response, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney maintained a cautious stance, saying that Canada remained open to restarting trade talks and prefer negotiation and diplomacy over escalation. Speaking earlier in the week, Carney criticized Donald Trump's growing use of tariffs, saying that the United States had raised duties to levels that seen during the Great Depression and that Canada would need to rethink its economic strategy to adapt to the new reality. Notably, the new 10% tariffs comes on top of existing duties already imposed on Canadian goods. Donald Trump had previously levied 25% tariffs on Canadian exports and 10% on energy products, prompting Canada to retaliate with $30 billion in counter tariffs on American goods, such as orange juice, wine, peanut butter, and apparel. Ottawa also imposed 25% tariffs on US steel, aluminum, tools, and electronic equipment. Despite the escalating tensions, the United States and Canada continue to operate under the US-Mexico-Canada Agreement, which ensures that roughly 85% of cross-border trade remains tariff-free. However, Donald Trump's global tariffs, particularly on steel, aluminum, and automobiles, have hit Canada hard, resulting in factory slowdowns and job losses across several provinces. Both Donald Trump and Carney are expected to attend the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in South Korea later this week, though Donald Trump has said that he has no plans to meet the Canadian leader. The dispute has even spilled into pop culture, coinciding with the World Series matchup between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Dodgers. As tensions rise over tariffs and trade, the Blue Jays' 11-4 victory in the opening game provided a symbolic moment of pride for Canadians amid a deepening diplomatic and economic standoff. That's all for now. Stay tuned to The Savera for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.